Guitarist Calvin Keys on the Jazz and Soul Express. Almost time for me to go. Real Questions with Dr. K is next, 2 to 4 p.m. every Thursday is when I'm live. And stay tuned for more great stuff. Thank you to The Planet for listening in to the Jazz and Soul Express. KUHSdenver.com.
Hi, it's Steve from the Vintage Rock Vault. Heard Thursdays, 6 to 7 p.m. Mountain Time in the USA. Classic hits from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. All rock and roll, blues, rock, great rock and roll you may not have heard in a long time or may not have ever heard. I have a big collection of music to play on the Vintage Rock Vault every Thursday. That's 6 to 7 p.m. Mountain Time in the USA on KUHSdenver.com. Again, the Vintage Rock Vault, KUHSdenver.com, 6 to 7 p.m. Mountain Time Thursdays. Dig it. Be there.
We've been waiting for a long time. Yes, we've been waiting for a long, long time. We've been waiting for a long time. But we ain't gonna wait no more. We're getting ready to rock and roll. We're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Well, there's a reason everybody should be shaking in the house tonight. And you should grab your favorite lady and promise her you're doing right. Tell Fat Jack to jump back and give you a shot of some booze. So you can party to some stomp down, button bump and rock and roll rhythm and blues. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Oh yeah. I know that everybody, when they hear the music, will be doing it on the floor. Jumping down and turn around and tell the band to play some more. So tonight we can dance and romance and do anything we feel like doing. Don't look surprised, cause you know what I like. But tonight we ought to do it. Cause the boys are back in town.
Have a new folder.
The boys are back in town. Oh yeah.
Computer is so freaking slow.
now it's time for Real Questions and Answers with Dr. K. Karen Southworth on KUHSdenver.com.
Want to be thankful for the little things, but the little things are all you seem to give. You're always putting off what we could do today. So Barbara says, you've got one life to live. Who's right? Who's wrong? Wrong, 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 wrong. Almost every night, dancing till I thought I'd lose But the real girl living in the material world, it's alright. If it's Saturday night, the Mr. Broadcast, the pump, the BTV, you know you call it students, but we step to the R-E-F-U-G-E. You get the CD first, that good TV. You ain't even close to the rhyme that you know. Don't be mad because you broke. Let me clear my throat. Non-Cortez, sway this way. Still a smoke timer, hoping at the game, she can have a little time. That tango, speed don't concern me. I'm eating mangoes, it's just that with a journey. I do slang so worldwide like a current. To every spot, where nobody got insurance. Rubbing through the map, you ain't half page on it. My man's playing true, you forget about it. I'm just a new stand, like my influence. Well recognized, you realize trying to do it. Got you so your ladies, you're not timid. Moving charismatic, automatic, you won't see me. Long like the dad, I got such a vibe. We try to teach you, baby. I say it loud and loud. Baby, y'all for a day, you're about your lady. Yeah. Right now, put your hands. Like the lady, yeah. You got more than a dollar in your pocket right now. Put your hands. Getting those flipping hoes, you know how the story goes. Pull up with my homies and we looking for some riches. No more Instagram and don't need haters in our business. I see me in Hollywood smoking on a lot of good. On the top of millions, money rising to the ceiling. 5s and 20 cents and 50 shake that ass and rub those cities. Getting low, flipping hoes, you know how the story goes. Getting low, flipping hoes, you know how the story goes. Pull up with my homies and we looking for some bitches. Might see me in Hollywood, smoking on a lot of good. No more Instagram, don't be haters in our business.
The Bronx diet. What? Kiss me, Steve. Steve, kiss me. You're kissing me mucho. Ay, cabrón. Shit stir.
Somebody out there?
No, he's just listening.
Oh.
He's listening to the show.
Okay, bring up the music folder on the Brian Matthew because we're going to throw in another one for that second hour. Okay, it's going to be the middle one. When this is over, I'm going to read. We'll go into a station identification, and then I'll read again because that one's about 47. I got a couple things that I'll read that I have, and I'll try to look at this time. So probably at about 4:47, about 5:12, 5:13. Then we'll play the music, and that should take it all the way through to you. You could actually put in your music right behind it, and we could get out of here. And you copied those songs for Henry? Okay.
That's just how it ends.
And we are here in the studio at KUHS
And now
Denver.
it's time
Hang on.
for real questions and answers with Dr. K.
Now we are.
On KUHSdenver.com.
Okay, now you are.
And we are in the studio here at KUHSdenver.com, where we originate in Denver, Colorado, USA, for all those fans out there in the world. And we are touching all of your musical lives all over this galaxy. We are here with Dr. K, that's me, and we are doing real questions and answers. But actually, what we've been doing for the last hour is we've been listening to DJ Brian Matthew. And that's Brian with a Y. Those are free downloads that you can get on SoundCloud. We all love free downloads. So please go over to SoundCloud, and that's DJ Brian Matthew. And honestly, you guys, it's been an amazing week here. It's been an amazing week. with Dr. K. I will tell you that I've had some amazing emotional experiences. I am working with embassyofhealing.org and People's Place of Hope. This week, I took out my production crew and we did a little bit of filming. We were trying to make a silent impact statement for a movie that we're making. KUHSdenver.com is the productions team behind that. And unbeknownst to us, this is a foundation helping domestic women who are homeless and they have children. And unbeknownst to me, I had no idea that this was going to happen. But we had a situation where we were at a motel, and there was a mother that was trying to broker a room with her homeless children. And these homeless children came and stood right next to me. It was a very emotional experience. The oldest child must have been about 11, 12 years old. And I asked him to read a bit of what I had written on my side. And what impacted me the most is when he turned around and told me that he did not know how to read. How do you not know how to read when you're 11? All right. Now, I want to say thank you to a few people who have been helping me kind of go through a transitional change. And I have a couple of amazing sponsors. I want to say thank you to Darlene Hernandez, who is the owner of the Air. I can't even talk today. Sorry, people. The Art Hair Salon LLC, and that is out in Brighton on Main Street. They are an amazing group of people, and she is totally taking care of my hair. So I want to give a shout out to her. And additionally, I want to also give out a shout out to Generation Apparel. My girl Jennifer is awesome. She is a personal stylist, and she is totally trying to help me get into style. And what they call this event that we're going to tomorrow is Hip Fly. I don't even know what Hip Fly is or what exactly I'm supposed to wear. So I do know that you can call up Jennifer Costello with the Generation Apparel. And her phone number is 720-447-5405. Her business has actually gone live today, and it's www.generationapparel.com. And you girls, ladies, for everybody, for every bit of size out there, they actually have clothes that we can afford to purchase and clothes that fit everybody's needs. Now, why am I hooking up with these people? Because we have an amazing event that's actually sponsored by Fox Network tomorrow, where we're going to be at, and we're going to be live streaming, and we're going to be up close and personal. And this is something that's, again, being brought to you by Generation Apparel Models, events in collaboration with KUHS TV and all other sponsors listed in our promotion. It is a live event. It is an interview with Tariq. It's actually Rock Omari from the Empire Show. So if you guys all know, he's pretty hottie, and he recently just talked to Henry live on KUHS. And in case you missed it, you can go over to Henry Archuleta's Facebook page, and I think he has a podcast, right, with Mixcloud. So you can listen to the entirety of that interview. Now, tomorrow we are going to be there, and this is an event that starts at 9 o'clock, but you might want to be staying close to KUHSdenver.com because we will probably try to get up close and personal with him before 9 o'clock. So if you don't want to miss out on that, stay close to us, and we'll definitely try to bring this event to you, to your home place. And don't forget, again, Darlene Hernandez with the Art Hair Salon LLC and Generation Apparel, Ms. Jennifer Costello. So if you mention KUHSdenver.com with Generation Apparel, they'll give you an extra 20% discount. And if you also mention KUHSdenver.com with the Art Hair Solution LLC, they will give you a 20% discount. So make sure you go get hip and fly just like Dr. K with your hair over at the Art Hair Salon LLC and Generation Apparel. You're going to get a complete package with both of these locations. I know for a fact. So if you want to see what Dr. K looks like tomorrow night, Stay tuned. I promise you will be hip and fly. Bye. Ciao. What we're going to do is, now again, we were listening to a whole hour of DJ Brian Matthew, but I have my bit of rant and rave. You guys haven't had a rant and rave session from me for a while, so we're going to get down to it. Now, let me ask you a question. Who is nice and who is fake? That's all we're really trying to figure out, isn't it, in these days, right? Who's nice? Who's fake? It seems like such a simple concept, but when you get deep down into it, it's actually a lot more complicated than you think. Let me break it down. It's about meeting new people, getting sucker punched by them, and after you thought all they actually wanted to do was be your friend. Be your friend. Don't people want to be your friend these days? It's about thinking people are being genuine when they say they are your friend. But you're really nothing more than a stepping stone along their path. You're usually left in the dark wondering where in the hell are all these fake people come from and desperately searching to find some nice ones. So I'm going to break it down to you right now. It's almost impossible to decipher who is nice from who is fake without thinking of a million people who have let you down. All those people who just pretended to be your friends but really weren't there when it came down to it. You remember them as you think back and recall all those moments they enticed you with their open arms, being big hellos. They were just goddamn nice that you figured that you were going to be friends. But they weren't. They were just extending an olive branch for a moment, teasing you with it. You must be careful of fake people. I've learned my lesson this last month way too hard. They have their own hidden agenda, an agenda hidden far beyond. They are sleazy little pawn in your own game of life, and they will try to use you to advance themselves in this rat race to nowhere. They will be these amazing people for a week, maybe even a month. Hopefully, you didn't keep them around longer than a year, but it does happen. And then they show themselves their true ugly selves. You see them as they tried to use you, see your small state in their grand play, and you fall to the wayside when you thought you were just confiding in someone good, someone genuine. How did that just happen? It's like you were just bitch slapped. Every time you fall into a trap of meeting a fake person, you come out the other side wondering where you missed the sign. After this encounter, why haven't you learned to just weed out the fake ones and nice people? As you are all aware of, these people do a pretty damn good job of hiding their fake essence. And even though we've all encountered too many of these sort, we still get tricked up by the slimy buggers. Who wouldn't? They come in with their glowing hellos and their big balloons and overreaching promises. It's almost impossible to tell what fake is until you've been through the ringer and come out the other side with a few good friends hanging on. And if you're still hanging on to me and you're still listening to me, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to try to break it down to its very bare bones, the withered end points, and give you just a few telltale signs of what it looks like when someone's being real and someone is being fake. Nice is doing an act of kindness. Fake is telling someone about it after. Nice is genuine. Fake is insincere. Nice is warmly answering the door. Fake is kissing both cheeks. Nice is checking in on a friend. Fake is sending a check. Nice is being a good person. Fake is trying to be a friend. Nice is being there when you have a call. Fake is chewing your ear off. Nice is just being there. Fake is always wanting to be there. Nice is being there with your wallet. Fake it trying to get in it. Nice is holding a door. Fake is slamming it halfway there. Happened too many times. Nice is being kind. Fake is being some kind of a way. Nice is holding a cup of coffee. Fake is always buying you one. Nice is listening to your stories. Fake is always telling you stories. Nice is being accountable. Fake is being relatable. Nice is being real. Fake is being on the real world, if you get what I mean. How did that just happen? It's like you were just bitch slapped every time you fall into that trap of meeting a fake person. You come out the other side wondering where you missed those signs. So basically, nice is lending a hand. Fake is giving a lift. Nice is being very good to you. And fake is only giving it to you good. Nice is hello, and fake is always goodbye. So that is my difference. How do you tell the difference between fake and being nice? Now, for all you people who don't know how to follow Dr. K, you can actually go over to kuhsdenver.com, and we have DVJ schedules right there. We have information about the DVJs. You'll find my little picture. I have short brown hair. Click on that little picture, and it takes you right to my fan page on on Facebook. I like to say kuhsdenver.com. But if you click on it, it'll take you to my Facebook fan page, and you can click like. And you can follow me that way. I really don't accept personal friend requests, and so that's just my personal little bit right there. But I'm not done. I still have one more rat and rave for you before we get back to some more music with DJ Brian Matthew, and that is Brian with a Y. Let's say you're feeling unmotivated. I feel unmotivated right now. Unsure of yourself, aimless, and can't find your passion. Directionless, not clear on what your purpose in life is. You're in good company. Most people are in that same boat. Now, there's about 1 million things online telling you how to find your passion in life, and that's a good thing. It's search worth undergoing. I'm not going to give you a foolproof method or a 5-step method, nor share my passion manifesto with you. I'm going to give it to you one-step method. However, that one step is a doozy. That one step to finding your purpose. It's simply this. Learn to get outside your personal bubble. Step out of that box. Your personal bubble is the small world you live in. We all have one. I have one. You have one. We all have one. Where you are the center of the universe. Well, aren't we all? You are concerned with your well-being, with not wanting to look back, with succeeding in life. Well, don't we all? With your personal pleasure, good food, good music, good sex, etc., and so forth. This is the bubble we all live in most of the time. And people who say they don't are trying to prove something. When someone tells you to look fat, this only hurts because you're in your personal bubble. You take that statement, a collage, who says you look fat? And believe that's all about you and feel the pain or embarrassment about the statement and how it affects you. It matters a lot because in your bubble, what matters most is how everything affects you personally. I'm the same way, and so is everyone else. Some other problems caused by this personal bubble could be in your bubble. We're concerned with our pleasure and comfort and try not to be uncomfortable. And this is why we don't exercise, why we don't only eat healthy food. This fear of being uncomfortable is also why we get anxious at the thought of meeting strangers. It hampers our social life, our love life, because we don't want to look bad. We are afraid of failing. So we don't tackle tough things. We procrastinate because of this fear of failing, this fear of discomfort. And when someone does or says something, we relate that event with how it affects us. And this can cause anger or pain or irritation. We expect people to try to give us what we want. And when they don't, we get frustrated and angry. Actually, pretty much of all of our problems are caused by this little bubble, including the difficulty in finding our life purpose. But more on that in just 1 minute. I ask you for patience here because that is very important. What happens when we get out of our bubble, if we can learn to get outside of this personal bubble and see things from a less centered approach, we can see more amazing things. When someone says or does something, it's not really about us. It's about a pain or fear or confusion they're feeling or desire they have, not us. When we have the urge for temporary pleasure, which is TV, social media, junk food, porn, etc., all the above, we can see that this urge is a simple passing physical sensation and not the center of the universe. We can start to see that our personal desires are actually pretty trivial and that there's more to life than trying to meet our pleasures and shy from our discomfort. There's more than our little fears, including the pain and suffering of other people and compassion for them, compassion for all living beings, wanting to make the world better. We can tie our daily actions, like learning about how our minds and bodies and habits work, or getting healthy, or creating something, not only to our personal satisfaction and success, which are trivial things, but how they help others, how they make the lives of others better, how they might lessen the suffering of others. We become less self centered and begin to have a wider view. Everything changes from letting go of fear and anger and procrastination to changing our habits and finding work that matters. How does this relate to finding our life purpose? So let me just explain that to you. Once we get out of the bubble and we see things with a wider view, we can start a journey along the path like this. We can start to see the needs of others and feel for their suffering. When we then work to make their lives better and lessen their suffering. Even if we aren't good at that, we can learn skills that help us be better at it in the intention that it matters. As we go about our daily work, we can tie our actions and this greater purpose, learning for a program or become healthy. It's just not for our betterment, but for the betterment of others, even in a small way. This gives us motivation on a moment to moment basis. And when we lose our motivation, we need to get back out of our bubble, shed our concern for our discomfort and fears, and tie ourselves to a bigger purpose. In this path, it does not matter what specific actions you take or skills or learn or how to make people's lives better. What career you choose is not important. What matters is the bigger purpose. You can always change your career and learn new skills later. So as you learn other ways to fulfill this purpose, you'll learn over time. What matters is becoming bigger than yourself. So once you do, you learn that you have a purpose in life. Voila! Sounds great. But getting outside that personal bubble isn't as easy as just saying, let it go. It takes work. First, you must see when you are stuck in that bubble. Whenever you're angry, frustrated, irritated, fearful, anxious, procrastinating, feeling hurt, wishing people would be different, you're in a bubble. These are signs that you are at the center of the universe and everything is relating to you and your feelings. And when you can't stick to habits or have a hard time with a diet, you're in the bubble.
Your monetary pleasure is what matters in this bubble. Outside the bubble, they're just little events, sensations of desires, urges that can be let go of. Second, when you notice that you're in the bubble, expand your mind and heart. See the bigger picture. Feel that what others must be feeling and try to understand rather than condemn. See how little and pretty of our concerns and fears have been. Realize that if others treat you badly, it's not about you, but about their suffering. Third, wish others well. Genuinely want their happiness, just as you want your own happiness. See their suffering and wish it for it to end and lessen. Fourth and last, see how you can help. How can you lessen the suffering of others? Sometimes it's just by paying attention, just by listening. Other times you just need to be there. Just lend a hand. You don't need to go around solving everyone's problems. They probably don't want that. Just be there for them and see if you can make people's lives better. Create something to make them smile. Make one little part of their world a cup of tea in an article of clothing you saw. Be a little space of goodness. Repeat this process multiple times a day and you'll get better at it. You'll learn to be bigger than yourself. You'll learn that the life we've been given is a gift and we must make that the most of it and not waste a second. You'll learn that there is nothing more fulfilling than making the lives of others a little better. So it has been my pleasure. So more music with DJ Brian Matthew.
Make it all one giant MP3 so I can do it all individually
And how do you know like how much time you have in there?
through iTunes.
Oh,
Playlist. Tells you how long it's been. Tells you like you got exactly.
so you don't have an actual hour. And you have a show that goes on after you, right?
Yeah, that Big Fat Indie show. Then after that, whenever I want to throw in my Alright, so we're gonna be ready to go through. Oh, should I turn off the camera and all that?
Yeah.
Just release it this time.